Okay, I've been waiting to do this video for a long time. Now that the Order and Chaos scans have finally come out, I can now present this video with shiny pictures. Okay, the card that I've been most excited about from the co-op side of Order and Chaos is none other than Cyberdex Virus Suite, and it's amazing because it isn't even a Wayland card. It's a neutral, zero influence upgrade. Finally, another upgrade to complement what we have with Dockland's Crackdown and the Shell Corporation. But unlike those two, this will and Will of the Wisps as well, sorry. But unlike those three, this will actually see play because it's such a game changer. Now, let's go over this card first. The first thing you notice is that when the runner accesses Cyberdex Virus Suite, you may purge virus counters. This does not specify where it has to be accessed from. So if you hit it from the Corps HQ or R&D, it doesn't have to be installed. It will still fire off. And the best thing is that this includes archives. So right away, immediately you can think of some corps that would like to run Cyberdex Virus Suite just because you can toss in archives and it will still act like a shock, except that it will just remove virus counters, but that can be pretty good. Think of corps that have that force the runner to run archives. There are quite a few, especially in Detective Faction. You have Tenet Institute. To deny Tenet's ability, you want to run archives, and that might end up meaning that you get a free virus purge along the way. Replicating Perfection. If you're relying on Crypsis to break ice, and you need to get into a remote, guess what? If you run on RP's archive, suddenly you find that your Crypsis is unloaded. That is nasty. But that is just a secondary effect. It's not that powerful because ultimately the decision to access cards lies in the hands of the runner, not the corp who is playing this card. What makes this card so truly powerful is the last sentence, the clause for trash to purge virus counters. For the first time in the history of Netrunner, the corp can purge virus counters during a paid ability window. No need to spend clicks, just 3 credits, and the only requirement is that this card is installed and you are through. So, to make it better, it's an upgrade. So you don't have to defend it in a remote server. You can just place it in R&D or HQ where you're already defending with ice. So you might ask yourself, 3 credits, that is quite a hefty price to pay, and I do agree, although it still pales in comparison to the 3 clicks that you otherwise spend to clear virus counters. The question is, how does this card transform the way that virus players have to play now that corps can potentially clear viruses during the runner's turn? So we look at the pool of current viruses available. Some viruses that are not affected are those that work based on paid ability windows, which pretty much includes only cache. With cache, when you install it, you immediately liberate all the virus counters off it. This is typically done during the runner's turn, which means that the runner gets priority. The runner can unload all virus counters before the corp even has a chance to purge virus counters with Cyberdex Virus Suite. So that's not much of a benefit. Moving upwards, we have the multi-access cards in Medium and Nerve Agent. These cards increase the number of cards you access from central servers with the number of virus counters. So this can easily be countered with Cyberdex Virus Suite. But first, you must note that typically you don't. If you're the corp and you see the opponent play a medium, R&D is usually the place you put Cyberdex Virus Suite, but you cannot rely on the runner accessing this to purge virus counters. Because the runner can choose the order in which to access, they can choose to access R&D before accessing the upgrade. So they can actually access multiple cards before getting Cyberdex Virus Suite access and trash. Of course, they will still have to access this card, but they can get a big access beforehand, especially if they've been playing with Incubator or Hivemind or any of the new shiny virus tools in Order and Chaos. Basically, you want to activate this manually as the corp if the runner has a loaded virus in the form of Medium or Nerve Agent. But that still isn't crippling. Think of Imp. Imp means that if the corp knows that the runner is about to access a potentially rewarding server, such as a San City Grid in a remote server, and they don't want it to be trashed by Imp, they are just one Cyberdex Virus Suite res away from trashing the Imp. From nullifying the Imp. forcing the runner to either spend 5 credits to trash the send or to waste an entire click running on that server. So for runners who are relying on imp, this might come as a nasty surprise. And what better way to catch them off guard with imp than by using the ID industrial genomics. This is something I left out when discussing the Jinteki IDs earlier. You don't really want to throw your Cyberdex virus suites in archives. Granted, they'll access it and viruses will be purged and you'll be happy, but a really truly nasty way of using Cyberdex virus suite in industrial genomics is to install it in one of your central servers, which is well protected. Then as soon as they're about to access a card that they can imp, such as a Caprice Nice that costs 6 to trash, a Melange that costs 6 to trash, etc., you res the Cyberdex virus suite. They think they can trash it for free, now they can't. And that, as I said, works very well with industrial genomics ability, because the one weakness of IG is imp, because IG wants to force the runner to make taxing trashes that they otherwise wouldn't normally make, like trashing Caprice for 4. Imp nullifies that, but you can counter that with Cyberdex virus suite. So expect to see Cyberdex virus suite run as a 1 or 2 off in IG decks from now on. But what really cripples runners who are relying on viruses are those who rely on viruses that break ice. Whether it's breaking ice subroutines or destroying ice themselves, Cyberdex virus suite, because it works on a pay ability window, it is going to make a lot of runners miserable. We are looking at Darwin, Crypsis, Data Sucker, Parasite. All these will receive a major nerf come the era of Cyberdex virus suite. So that begs the question, do you not run these viruses anymore? How often can you expect corps to be packing Cyberdex virus suite? Well, I'll tell you right now, not often. Although you should be prepared for it. There are a couple of corps that want to do it. As I mentioned, some of the Jinteki corps have good reason to play Cyberdex virus suite. And in the near future, when Clot is released, the anti-fast advance tech, you should expect every deck that is playing fast advance to be packing 1 or 2 of those virus suites in case they meet a shaper who is running SMC into Clot. Astrobiotics, for example, will not be dead because of Clot, simply because they can simply pack Cyberdex virus suite and use that as a 1-for-1 counter to Clot. Imagine this. You have the corp who set up a server with an archer on it. To counter that, the runner has placed a parasite on the archer with 2 virus counters. The runner also has a loaded data sucker with 4 virus counters and is ready to go. He makes a run on the server and encounters the archer. But before he can unload his data sucker counters, the corp decides to res and trash Cyberdex virus suite. Oh wait, no more virus tokens on Parasite, no more virus tokens on Data Sucker. You can't trash Archer and you're forced into the encounter. What are you gonna do? Well, at least you have a Darwin installed as well. That Darwin can break the Archer for 8 credits or 5 if you choose to use E3 feedback implants. Not anymore. With virus counters purged, your Darwin has gone down from 4 or 6 strength or whatever strength it is to 0 strength. Try breaking ice with that. Never mind, you say, you have a Crypsis, the all-powerful breaker that has been out since the core set. Surely that will work. Oh wait, viruses purge. So now you have no more virus counters to break the archer with. If you want to break the subroutines, it's still possible, but it will come at the cost of trashing your own Crypsis. Not to mention you have to pay 10 credits to break the archer. But you probably still want to do that unless you want to let the double trash program subroutine fire off, potentially trashing your Parasite and Darwin. So there you have it, a very nasty scenario that you can easily get yourself entangled in. Should you be reliant on such virus breakers? The consequences could be way more dire if you encounter something like a triple Merlin or Komainu when the corp has a House of Knives squad. That would end your game prematurely. So in closing, expect Cyberdex virus suite to be played out of Near Earth Hub, Tenin Institute, and Industrial Genomics, especially Tenin Institute. But within the first month of Order and Chaos coming out, both on Octagon and in real life, just pack this card. You can't go wrong because everyone else will be experimenting with viruses. Packing this card is like packing Exploratory Romp when Honor and Profit first came out. It will be super effective. Meta the meta. play your Cyberdex while you're sweet. Thanks for watching, and happy net running.